Shorty, I wanna ride. Shorty, I wanna ride.
I wanna ride. I wanna ride. Yeah, take a ride in the spaceship. Watch me slide in the glide. There's a ride on the spaceship.
Shorty, I wanna ride. Shorty, I wanna ride.
I wanna ride. I wanna ride. Yeah, watch me ride in the spaceship. Yeah. Watch me slide as a glide, as a ride in the space.
You keep the ledger, nothing ever fresher. Find me dipping old school, candy paint is pressure. I do it to the letter, little baby sweet as nectar. With the flavor that's tailor-made from the ancestors. And baby, it's whatever, I'm moving in the stellar. I thank the Lord, cause real niggas, we gon' live forever. I'm on a different level, I mean a different level. It's something special how we slide in the holy vessel. And yeah, it's presidential, no this is not a rental. We came a long way from broken oats and porcelain. No need for incidentals, the Lord provided simple. So I was told to buy a sword, so I keep a pistol. And you can get your issue, this ain't no tough talk. I make it clear, baby, I walk it how I talk. And yeah, Kwame been a boss, as I'm dipped in the sauce, while I ride in the spaceship.
Shorty, I wanna ride. Shorty, I wanna ride.
I wanna ride. I wanna ride. Yeah, take a ride in the spaceship. Watch me slide in the glide. There's a ride on the spaceship.
Shorty, I wanna ride. Shorty, I wanna ride.
I wanna ride. I wanna ride. Yeah, watch me ride in the spaceship. Watch me slide as a glide, as a ride in the space.
When no dance, so you know it's me. Knocking pictures off the wall when I swing down on any street. Fifth wheel showing naked ass, chrome gal parked on that wet paint. Boy, that's a super freak. It's the Tejano Poppy, can't clock me. Hater blockers on designer label, say Versace. Rolls out of Compton, Daniel Sons to Miyagi. I be on my player shit, one West, they be hating, yeah. Trying to throw salt in the game, but ain't no sweating it. I be on my grind, if it's mine, yeah, I'm taking it. Vibe so authentic when she with you, yeah, she faking it. I'ma bump her down and move around and make space for it. So boomerang as I slide in, do my thing. Water tie, Saturday, boy, I'm speaking booty tang. Sidestepping out, scallywags, cause that cootie tang. Tricks is for kids, and my name ain't David Blaine. I'm a moonwalk like Michael, stop playing shorty, cause these other niggas just your man. Ow.
I wanna ride. I wanna ride. Yeah, take a ride in the spaceship. Watch me slide in the glide. There's a ride on the spaceship.
Shorty, I wanna ride. Shorty, I wanna ride.
I wanna ride. I wanna ride. Yeah, watch me ride in the spaceship. Watch me slide as a glide, as a ride in the space.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my houses. Yes, you said that. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering?
Absolutely.
Should a thief go to jail when he steals?
Absolutely.
Should a robber pay back the money he robbed?
Absolutely.
So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did?
That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. 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 I'm in a hell of a hole. Was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road. That a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. The fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Cracking the sky, nuclear missiles are making it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show. We could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom be busting it down. The only way justice is found. The time for your judgment is now. You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. 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 Look, ain't no remorse in my bloodstream. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. There was design fire for our babies to pass through in the day of our king's reign. I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums. You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
All right, can anybody hear me? Bakusha. Check that for me, Bakusha. I know you got me. Most High in Christ. Shalom, Yahweh, Shem Shabbat. I got you checking in, young man. Most High in Christ. Young man, Shaq, I got you checking in. We got young man Omar in the class. We got sister Amana. We got the young sister your partners. I ain't look at her. Well, y'all can't see her, but it's adorable. You know what I'm saying? Baby coming to class. You could but baby. So well that's convenient. She is that smile. Most High in Christ. That was pretty convenient. All right. We are the ICPK started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. Tonight is Monday night history class. Now, history class can extend to the Bible because the Bible is your history book. And history class can also extend to what's going on outside of the Bible. Now, don't get my words mixed up because technically we're living in the Bible time. There's gonna come a time where the same mistakes that we made in the Bible are gonna be said about these recent mistakes that we made as a people and how we overcome the mistakes and the weakness is also gonna be put in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you're just righteous enough to, you know, give that wisdom down to the later generations. All right. So with that being said, the fact that I'm able to say that lets you know that I'm able to pull wisdom from our ancestors. You get what I'm saying? And it's a lot of stuff that goes on, all right? Now, before we start this class, I want you to be able to say that you learn how to or what to teach your people, your family, because of course it's a given. We in the truth, man. We're not gonna be able to we're not gonna be able to just tell our people like, hey, you gotta stay away from them white folk. We're not gonna be able to do that. You can't be around them white supremacists. You can't be around them Asian people. But we can tell our families. You know what I'm saying? We all can tell our families, all right? If possible. Your family should be able to listen to you before anybody else will. But you still got those few people who's not stuck on that blood rules all. So when I say that, you got some people that come off as family more than people that's related to you. It's all about saving who you can save. You know what I'm saying? You don't ever want to have to learn the hard way. Like if you got a baby, they ain't got no choice but to listen to you until they 20, till they marital age. That's a given, right? So you just make sure you take them, you hone them, you mold them. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? They a toddler, you teach them. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the world teach them. All right, because I'm pretty sure we all heard about recent unalivings, hangings, lynchings, and what's the new word? SA? Is it SA or is it RP? Uh, for sexually can I just say sexual misconduct? All right. Say what? I'm like, cause it's yeah. We're gonna see what we can do with it. All right, we're gonna see what we can do with it. All right, but sexual misconduct, it'll all happen to our daughters. It will happen to us, cause there's no age on it. All right, there's no age on it. Let's not forget, back when we was in them chains, it was reports, and it was, of course, our people back then that's going through it. They're not gonna go down later down the line and be like, hold on, just hold it one second. Let me get this out. Let me get this out. You know what I'm saying? Like back then, how you think our people would go through that traumatic experience every single day of their lives, every minute, every hour, every second, for them to pass it down to the younger generations and lie about it? No. So our people, a lot of our people know when it came to sexual misconduct and all that and what they call it grape or something, whatever. I don't know what's the new word for it. They don't let you call it how it is because they're guilty of it, honestly. But that happened. It didn't just extend to like the women. It happened to the kids. It even happened to the men. A lot of the men. All right. One nobody exempt from it. All right. We gotta understand that the so-called white man is the devil the Bible speak of, and he's a natural homosexual, a predatory one at that. Very, very thirsty, predatory guy. All right. Yeah, most definitely. Sons too. I mean, like now, granted, sons they really pretty much watch and repeat. You know what I'm saying? The daughters, you gotta kind of be a little more verbal because It's like a just a sidebar. When it come to young girls learning and young boys learning, boys are practical learners. Women and young girls, they more like you could actually teach them things on the board. You could write it down. You could give them a book. They take that information in. You could tell them something, and they'll be able to differentiate after learning so much. Like, okay, this is right, this is wrong. But as far as the boys, like you got to kind of be hands on with them in a lot of cases because they attention span be short. And I'm speaking from experience. I'm telling you, I'm speaking from experience. Learning here is more hands on because why? They tell you go to the scripture. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it in my face. Versus back in school, they'll write something on the board. You can't open your book, and they be like, "Okay, now write me a paragraph." What? I ain't even read the book. I ain't even get no activity. I ain't get none of it. But our young girls that grow up into women, they able to figure it out in a way that we could. You get what I'm saying? That's why it's like a different learning curve. Like a young boy, like look, say I had a son, he'll see me and he'll look up to me. He'll whatever I do, he'll do. Whatever I don't do, he won't do. As long as he around me a lot. Now, granted, that's part of why I'm talking about this in the class. For example, if my son see me hanging around the devil, what do you think what type of crowd you think he's gonna be around when he's older? Exactly. But if my son see me just around brothers in the school, where is he gonna be around? People in the school. Exactly. Versus our daughters, they very sharp. They very sharp. Sometimes they could be almost a little too smart, but you gotta give them that. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta tell them everything up front. Don't let them find out for themselves because they will go and do what men do and learn practically. Women are more, fragile, like, you know what I'm saying, physically. So whatever practical damage we could take, they're not gonna be able to take that, and it's gonna damage their mental. And before you know it, it just gets worse and worse and worse until like can't nobody help them except for Christ Himself or the men that follows Christ, right? So that's so yeah. I'm like, now she is right though. Can't forget about the boys, but I ain't bring the boys up because I know naturally, you know what I'm saying. If I had a boy, he'll watch me and do exactly what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like you done met we all been in the school. We done seen a lot of young brothers. Um we know they out of one. We see they kids, they young boys and they saluting us. We ain't gotta teach them nothing. They just walk up to Shalom like Christ. Like you know what I'm saying? They watch and repeat. You know what I'm saying? That's a thing right there. So the reason why I'm saying that the whole point of this class is to basically like the title says arm yourself spiritually. A lot of our spirits be off. I'm gonna be really as a whole, our spirits be off as a nation. The reason why I say that, a lot of us got the spirit of our oppressors. Our oppressor believes can't nobody conquer him, can't nobody tell him what to do. Whatever he do that's wrong, it will always be right because he's the one doing it. The second we develop that same mindset, we are destroying our spirit because once we start doing what they doing, because they like to touch kids. Do you know how morally destroyed you have to be able to do that? If we fall after them, we're gonna be destroyed all the way down to the core of our spirit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta arm yourself spiritually. Right now, a lot of our people don't know right from wrong. All they know is America. America just one huge ball of confusion. But God isn't the author of confusion, right? God, you know what it said. You got it on your phone. Uh, let me see. We gonna get and God isn't the author of confusion. That's a lock it class. Let me get this real quick. Nah, okay, there we go. I found it. So give me First Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 33. All right. We're gonna start there. Because we have to really ask ourselves, is God with this? Right? For example, if me, if myself or the men above me, you know what I'm saying, like the Kanaka or Captain the Shock or so on and so forth, right? The water for that. You know what I'm saying? It's the water. Right? Or like you know, bro, we got brother like Parag. We got a lot of strong brothers out here. If they okay, if we tell you touching kids is wrong, and that's a flat out black and white, and America tells you that trans age is a thing, and you could be a 37-year-old man and wake up the next day and be a 12-year-old, so legally can't nobody arrest you because of your trans age status as a 12-year-old, even though you're 37 physically, and you go date or you go get adopted and you go touch other kids that so happen to be kids, and you portraying as a kid. I'm like, is God with it? Especially if we prove it in the Bible that God is not with it. So that would be a form of confusion, right? If we saying one thing, but they tell you another thing, so you don't know what to lean on because you got two people tell you two different things. The reason why a lot of people so confused as to why we say it is because they have all type of tools to try to make everything we say seem like it's a bunch of pork. Just a bunch of pork. You know what I'm saying? Like baloney played out. That's pretty corny, generic. It's gonna be a load of pork. They're gonna make everything we say a load of pork. Cause they know we don't eat pork. So they're gonna make it seem like everything we say is a load of pork, something that we just don't even eat ourselves. They're gonna make it seem like we tell you that, but we're not standing on that. Or they'll tell you that's done away with like Christians do. All right. Go ahead.
Slightly if I could, which is kind of on topic.
Go ahead.
So how, excuse me, how do, how would you advise them deal with interactions with Israelites, following it, right? Israelites that have, slightly that have gone and like changed their gender, like
Oh, okay.
changed their gender,
Okay.
specifically at the slavery, you know?
Okay, I'm gonna be realistic. What you do is, and this is now I'm gonna be honest with you, because if it was me, and me being the truth and just everything I just learned over the years, you would treat a transformer the same way you would treat a gay man. All right. The reason why I would say that, if you was to go with me to a Walmart on Charlotte Pike, my grandmother, this is a sidebar, but it's on top with your class. I mean with your question. Okay, my grandmother has a homosexual friend, right? My real goes there with me. Me being in the truth, that's still my brother. I just hate the decisions he makes, right? So when I see him, I be like, hey, what going on, Rich? I talk to him like he a regular brother. You know what I'm saying? It's like if he want to be all flamboyant and all that, he could do that. He just know not do it with me because of how I approach him. What going on, brother? Yeah, all right, you good? All right, boom. And I just keep it trucking. So you'll want to do the same thing with a transformer. You know what I'm saying? You'll just it's like I don't know how the slavery is about like firing people for things like that. If you want to keep the slavery now, look, I don't care what nobody tell you. Do not call that he or she. Just always, what's up? What you need me to do? Leave it at that. Only speak work. Everybody know what work is. What I need to do, what you need me to do. Do you need help? Hey, I need help. Leave it at that. Just speak only work. You do not want to jeopardize your slavery. All right. But you also don't want to make it seem like you are a part of that confusion that the Lord is not the author of at the same time. So what you would do is speak work. Keep your slavery, keep your integrity, Keep it biblical. You get what I'm saying? Exactly. It said, what if your mama like the opposite sex? Okay, give me a little more on that. That's a good question. Give me a little more on that. Hold on, y'all got me diving into other topics. I got that, I got that. Let me put my class to the side, literally. Hold on. Let me just try it. You know what I'm saying? So give me a little more on that. What if your mama like the opposite sex? So like, is it like in a sense of how you go about talking to your mother knowing she's a lesbian, or more so like I'm trying to I need a little more on that. Okay, my mother been gay since I've been like 8. Okay, look at your mother like your mother. You know what I'm saying? All you can do is just not. All right, the script say honor thy mother, not father. D- Love your mother off of the strength of she bring you into the world. Don't disrespect her, but never condone her behavior. You ain't gotta be rude about it. She say anything, make gay jokes, anything, go silent, ignore it, shoot past it. A lot of people call that gaslighting. I would call it protecting your integrity. All right. Now, there is an event like where there are lesbians out there that will still sleep with men, right? If you're aware of a lesbian relationship and you think a sister is attractive, don't talk to that sister. That's the same as taking a man's woman, because they still, even though it's an unholy marriage, it is still a marriage. You gotta leave it up to one of them to be like, I'm so straight, I can't do this no more. And then probably go for that sister. But you gotta watch it. You better court her for at least a year and a half, 2 years. You gotta make sure she ain't going back to, you know, bumping cats. You gotta make sure she don't go back to that. All right. Bef- But as far as like how you conduct yourself with your own mother, just keep it strictly professional. Like, you my mother, I love you. I don't, feel comfortable with such jokes and all that. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I'm saying? You can only do what you can, but just make sure you don't disrespect your moms. Just don't condone her lifestyle. Don't even make her think it's even slightly okay. All you gotta do is keep coming to class, keep doing work of the Lord. She gonna see that growth on you. She gonna see that growth. Keep studying, keep learning, keep applying it to your life. She gonna eventually just start thinking like, I might need to turn over a new leaf. You know what I'm saying? You can't never force your mama to stop doing stuff because that's your mama. You can't force her because the way she see it, she bring you into the world. But you got to show that same respect because she bring you in the world, but never. It's like, for example, if your mama be like, yeah, I'm finna go get me some tail tonight. If she bad, just don't even respond. Just don't even respond, brother. Just don't. You know what I'm saying? Just treat it like how I would treat it like you ever been in the club and some random person just very, very drunk and they just talking about a bunch of nothing and they want you to respond so you could add on to whatever they going through or whatever they want to just experience, or you just sit there and be quiet and just avoid whatever trouble come with it. You'll want to treat it like that. You'll just want to treat it exactly like that. Now don't go and call your mama a drunk or don't do that. Or don't just go around calling your mama a bulldog or nothing like that. Don't do that now. But just like treat it like that drunk person in the club that okay, if I add on to this, I'm finna be the problem. I'm finna be a part of the problem. Just be that light that your mama see while she's going through this dark time, or even if she been doing it since younger, like she just been going through a dark time. Because one thing we all gotta acknowledge, and you gotta have sympathy on your mother because she like that. Because a lot of reason why a lot of women are, attracted to the same sex, a lot of the same reason a lot of men are attracted to the same sex. They were molested as a child. They never got the proper counsel. The UPK been around since 1969. And since 1969, a lot of our people have been molested and had never reached out to the UPK to get that counsel so we could break it up off of them, shake it up off of them. So what they think is okay is whatever happened to them when they were a kid. Don't nobody just wake up one day and just, oh, I like the other sex. Something happened to them as a child. You get what I'm saying? Now I don't know your most specific situation and how it happened, but just know it's a possibility that it happened. It's a high possibility that it happened. That don't just happen out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? You got little girls. I was talking to one sister. Before I get into the topic, I was talking to one sister before she told me like what happened to her. I was just talking to her. I'm like, you pretty cool. I said, so how you end up in this lifestyle, so on and so forth. And she goes to tell me that, a homosexual woman put on a piece of plastic and she did that to her. And ever since then, nobody like she just never spoke to nobody about it. She just grew up thinking, well, shoot, it happened to me. It must be what it is. And now she's stuck like that because she never got the proper counsel. But in the sense of her talking to me, she in the sense she's like, dang, this is the first time somebody actually sat and listened to her. Because when things happen to kids like that, they go to their parents hoping that somebody is gonna believe them. In a lot of cases, a lot of people either don't believe them or they don't want to believe them because that same thing happened to them. They don't want to be like they don't want to feel responsible for something that happened to them and now it's happened to their own child, right? And so a lot of cases you never know. They will go through life without the counsel, and you will never know that's why they like it. But if you be that light, you stay in this truth, and you get armed with the proper tools, and you keep doing the work, and then you just one day you just had that sit down with your moms and just ask her like, what made you choose this? When she hear herself talk about it and she see that you listening, I'm like, it's very high possibility that she'll stop even at her older age. It's a very high possibility. It just they need somebody to listen to them. Society teaches everybody not to listen to them. America teaches everybody not to listen to them. That's the problem in the world. You get what I'm saying? If you kind of catch my drift, if you know what I'm saying. Man, I got a little sentimental thing about it. How this sister told me about that, man. I was pretty mad. You know what I'm saying? But part of the reason why that happened is because she wasn't spiritually armed. Cause around that time before it happened, she could have yelled, she could have did anything to stop anybody from anything. Or that young brother, like Saucy Santana. For Saucy Santana, he made a whole song that went viral talking about Quiet on the Creek. It's talking about how he got molested as a kid. And he glorifies that he got molested, and he glorifies how he could potentially be molesting kids. He said, everybody want me. Even the kids want me. He said that on camera. But the reason that happened, because he wasn't spiritually armed, his parents wasn't spiritually armed, and the person who did it to him, they wasn't spiritually armed to go against their self, to go against that lust that they picked up from their oppressor. That's part of the problem. That's why you have to be spiritually armed. Once you're spiritually armed, you can't you not only can you defend yourself, you can defend other people, and if somebody has been damaged by it, you can heal them from it. It's all about being armed spiritually. All right. Now, hit me with that scripture, brother.
Come on. This book of First Corinthians, chapter 14, verse 33. For God is not the author of confusion.
It says, "For God is not the author of confusion." Okay, what is confusion? Can anybody, whether you online or you in the class, can anybody give me their definition of confusion? What would confusion look like? That's a good one, but oh yeah, you got it, baby.
So if I could, the lack of clarity or just being unclear.
The lack of clarity being unclear, and you said what? Being in between two decisions. There we go. Misunderstanding. You see, all these are good answers. This is what makes up, confusion. There's a misunderstanding. The reason why I'm gonna give you out a spiel. The reason why we all treat each other the way we treat each other because we stuck in between two decisions, the right thing and the wrong thing. We can't differentiate what's right or wrong. We didn't we confused about ourselves because we don't have clarity. We treat other people wrong, or we don't even think to ask them how they end up a certain way because of a misunderstanding, that confusion. But God ain't the author of confusion. So how do you do what God wants you to do to break up that confusion? You simply ask the question, what's right? Ask somebody who knows. Ask ask your ancestors in the Bible. Oh, pop that Bible open. If ain't nobody around, just pop that Bible open. We got cell phone nowadays. We have cell phones. You could call brothers in the school. Captain Zaryak, Captain Nashak. They literally counsel people that's not even in the school. Think about that. They not only counsel people in the school, they even counsel people outside the school. We in a day of time where it's easy to break up that misunderstanding, where it's easier for you to choose the right decision between those two. It makes it easier for us to get that clarity. You get what I'm saying? That's how we do that. But first we gotta realize Most High ain't the author of confusion. If he not the author of confusion, then who is? Can anybody answer me that question? Go ahead.
So
Got baby in here.
translate. I would say that without a mistake.
That would be Satan, right? Now, what would Satan use nowadays to, push that confusion on you? Go ahead. Family, that's a good one.
Demons.
Demons, I got another Satan, right? Most High Christ. So no, those are good answers, but this is what I'm saying when I say that, think about it, cause y'all all right, but this why I asked because when I asked you what it looked like, I was really hoping y'all give me actual examples. Like for example, Art of Confusion. Nolan Wells thinking that those devils was his friend. That's a form of confusion. That's Satan right there, right in his face. That's Satan right there, right surrounded by him, using demons. He put man using demons right there in front of him, like living, bleeding demons right there on that boat with him. And what did Satan do in the midst of that confusion? He took that one brother down, Nolan Wells. He took a young brother life. Cyrus Belton could have just stayed home, but Satan for some reason told him to go to that Asian store where they know they racist in the mud, where they are capable of killing a little kid over a bottle of water. Internet, that's a good one. That's a good example. Internet. That's a hell of a good one. You know what I'm saying? That's a great example. Like give me a little more on that. I like the answer. I want you to add on to that. You can't just leave it at internet, brother. That's too good of an answer for you to leave it by itself. Nah, don't do that. I can't let you do that, brother. I can't let you do that. Give me a little more on that. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all got any examples?
Good.
Go ahead.
Gambling could be a great example of confusion. Thinking about like
Hold on.
what's a bet on.
Hold on, brother. Hold on. Okay, see, the thing about gambling is it used to be like something that we used to do for fun as a people. In the Bible, they call it casting lots, shooting dice. You know what I'm saying? Now that right there, you could try to use that, but I wouldn't actually stand on it. You know what I'm saying? Because we do that for fun. You know what I'm saying? Now over gambling, I can see where you at when you just You know that this is your life savings. You know that this is your last car payment. You know that this is for somebody's medical treatment that you got to take care of, if not your own. And you're finna bet it and lose it. You know, social media, CNN, picking what to broadcast. That is a good one. That is a good one. Yeah, they do pick and choose what information they give out. Cause you gotta think. I have a list of people sitting in this notebook right here. Let me see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. 11 people they claim were to be the only people that ever been hung in between the years of 2020 till this year. We know that's a lie. Hmm? We know that's a lie. So yeah, that brother is right. Social media, we know it's a lie. But the only reason we aware of these is because why they were on news reports. They were picking and choosing. Because think about it, if they was to be honest, like if CNN or other news broadcasters, they was to be all the way honest and report every single lynching, it would probably average out to probably 10 a day. 10 a day. It wouldn't be 11 in the span of 6 years. That's impossible. It's too many devils on the earth that hate us. That's like literally impossible, especially with them. Like, think about it. They got some weird fetishes where they like being close to us. You ain't never just walked around in the store and they got all the space in the world right next to you, and then they just like almost brush your skin instead of using that extra space. It's virtually impossible for them to say that only 11 people got hung within the past 6 years. They they will get shut down because the folk doing the dirt, paying them. Yeah, true. That's also a fact. Go ahead.
It's a lot of people out there just what you're bringing out is heavy about them wanting, like having that thing about wanting to be close to us
Mm-hmm.
for some reason. I had to, man, this is kind of hilarious. I had to check the HR guy at my slave today because he just like thought it was a good idea to like hit me on the shoulder, trying to get my attention when I'm on my break with my headphones in, watching class. I ain't hear him, I ain't see him, but he was trying to be like, "Good morning." I'm like, dude, you not touch me. You know what I mean? We're not cool like that. Of course, he's a devil, you know. So I go back to my slaves and stuff like, should I, shan't I? I was like, nah, yeah, I'm gonna, cause we're not, we're not people. I let my brothers got me up, but even still, we only cross certain borders. We only cross certain lines. So,
Mm.
uh,
All right, yeah, so that's weird though, ain't it?
HR.
But that's what I'm saying. Like it's virtually impossible for them not to come around this. Think about it. Just 3 minutes from here, we got Cheatham Projects. Cheatham Projects. They build those new houses or whatever for those devils. And guess what they do? They jog through the projects in the rain. So like Lord forbid it be a sunny day. I literally one time I was driving, I seen a devil that they stick out like a sore thumb. They running through it look like little alleyways and cheating. Why are you even there? People on their porch looking at them like, what is they doing here? So like think about it. You mean to tell me if they got such a habit of being so close, if they even know that it's disturbing to us, they know it bothers us. And so you mean to tell me that only 11 people could get hung within a span of 6 years? That's virtually impossible. So that's why I agree with this brother right here. He's right. They mixing the news up. They mixing the news up. For example, they told me the only people that got hung was Kyle Basinga, age 21, found February 18th in Marietta, Georgia. Gerald J. Jackson, 28, found June 30th in Rothbury, Michigan. Taser Fortune, which we all know was found recently, August 3rd. Today is August 10th, and they still don't know the cause. But we know if it had been a brother that unalived the devil in the same fashion, they would have had autopsies and all of that in under 24 hours. But yet it's been over 7 days, and they still don't know what happened. And then the names that I mentioned, the two names I mentioned before, both of them said something very similar, the exact same thing, word for word. No foul play found. So you mean to tell me the same people who protest, yell, go on rants about our people being hung on trees gonna go back and hang themselves on the tree? Something ain't right here. But they're gonna say that. Malcolm Harsh, Victorville, California, age 38. Robert Fuller, age 24, Palmdale, California. Dominic Alexander, Manhattan, New York. Michaela Miller, Hopkinton, Massachusetts. Javion McGee, Henderson County, North Carolina. Earl Smith, no age. I'm guessing by the time they found him, you couldn't really just determine how old he was, unless they got like a age somewhere between talk to his family, so on and so forth. But so far, from what I know, they don't have age reported for him. Albany, New York, Trey Reed, which we all know about their brother Trey Reed, right? You heard about that? Well, to those who don't, because I'm glad the brother know about it. Trey Reed is a young brother, scholar, 21 years old when he was found. He was hanging outside of a college on a tree. He had trauma to the head. So explain to me how, and this is where that the most I end all the confusion, because I'm confused as to how I'm confused as to how they tell us that it was a suicide, but you had trauma to your head. So you mean to tell me you knocked yourself silly and somehow found a way to hang yourself up on a very, very tall tree with that type of head injury? That level, that type of head injury will kill you before you even throw the rope over. And then it's a big tree. You mean tell me you could throw the rope over and just pull yourself all the way up and still tie it? That's not happening. It's not happening. But that's that all the confusion. In order to arm ourselves spiritually, we got to learn how to not be confused. We got to just call it how we see it. This person is black. They hung. These devils hate us. In the story. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Nolan Wills. If we go on a vacation, we look at his situation like an example. If we go on a vacation and we're the only black person on the boat, we're not coming home. Like that one sister in this recent viral video, if I go, if I'm a black woman and I go over this house and I'm the only black girl over here and they drinking and they aware that I have a history of blacking out, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to get beat up while I'm halfway conscious. That's a flat out black and white. You know what I'm saying? All of this could have been avoided if that Jim Crow era to these devils. If we would have held slavery being in chains in the Jim Crow era to these devils, we would be more than spiritually armed. If we would have just came straight, we all would have just okay. The ISUPK, that's where we need to be at. That's the safest. That's the safest place for us to be at. It should have been 1, 2, and 3, right? But that it didn't happen like that. Why? Because like the brother said, they gonna manipulate the story on the news. They're gonna do that. That's why you got white life. Like they tell you, they'll lie to you and say it ain't no real war going on. But then when you watch the world news, people are getting bombed by like hundreds of thousands while we're sleeping. Literally, I'm sleeping comfortably in the hood, and it's somebody in the hood over there in the third world country getting bombed to death. it's alleged that only 11 people got hung within the span of 6 years, when this country has a long history of hanging us, long history of hanging us. You know what I'm saying? Especially Mississippi, especially Mississippi. A lot of people be thinking this stuff be a joke when we bring up Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? Like man, in today's time, you would get hung for calling a white man a devil and a pedo, and they're devilish in their pedos. But then you will get hung or arrested for a life sentence. But then you got little Caucasian boys like Jesse Butler, like just somehow just escaping his whole situation. Now Jesse Butler, for those of you who don't know, it's a teen. It was alleged that he sexually misconducted himself with 10 other girls, but recently he got locked up for sexually misconducting two of them, and I believe one, if not both of them, were killed or something like that. Or was it? No, I think. Hold on, let me make sure. I might have just got him mixed up with another devil I'm finna speak about. Hold on, let me make sure. I fact check myself real quick. You know what I'm saying? If anybody got any questions, just what I'm saying, go ahead, let me know, holler at me while I get this. I got any on the okay. Yeah, yep. This okay. So this ain't it worse than the other devil I was about to talk about, so I'm just stay on his case. Yeah, okay. I know I wasn't tripping. So he RAPE'd two girls and he strangled both of them. They tried it as a youthful offense. And then they released him and dropped all charges right before his so-called 19th birthday. Now let that have been the brother, and he didn't do it, but it was alleged that he did it. It say that again. Say it live. Say, he would have got life. He would have got life. And you know what's so crazy? Hanging don't just only mean getting hung from a tree. Yeah, that's the dude with the judge father. Yes, that's the dude that his daddy is a judge. Yes. Yeah, of course. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what's so crazy? Hanging don't just only extend to physically being hung from a tree. When they throw a life sentence at you, that's the equivalent of a public hanging. Yeah, I do know that, right? Okay. This is the best way to break it down to you. If back in the day they hang you in front of the whole city. They used to do that. Hang you in front of the whole city. They weren't being try to be slick with it like how they doing nowadays. They hang you in front of the whole city. Now they can't do it as much because we ain't the same niggas from back then, right? So now how do they hang you publicly? They'll make sure that everybody knows you're getting charged for this. We don't care if you're guilty or not. We're gonna say that you're guilty, and then we're gonna say that you're finna sit in jail for 250 years. When a black man's life expectancy is only 76. That's the equivalent. Cause when you're dead, you're dead. You're dead. Like physically, when you're dead, your body is dead forever. That's the exact same thing in jail. When you go to jail spiritually, you're dead. You're dead. You like, I didn't do this. I finna serve all this time. Can't nobody do nothing about it. Now you're just a zombie. You're a corpse. You're dead. You're literally finna sit out there and serve time. And after you pass away, you're still serving time. Think about it. Yeah, yeah, tell him. Tell him. Yeah, the white man the devil. That's what she said. That's what she said. She said white man the devil. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. The white man and devil. That's right. All right. Whole time curse. It's called the white man and devil. All right. All right. You know what I'm saying? But that's what they'll do. But the only reason they're able to do that is because we wasn't spiritually armed. You get what I'm saying? Now, this is what could have saved. This is what could save our people. Wait said. That's why the build they the builder the execution chamber to keep public murders. Oh yeah, they is doing that. Yeah, they try to go back to electrocuting people and all of those crazy stuff. They got tired of just hitting people with the needle. I guess they got bored of it. I guess it wasn't enough. And some niggas be so strong they actually survived it somehow. I don't say how you survive a lot of poison being injected, but that's the Lord. Go ahead.
So, bringing on is really heavy about public policing because the white man's justice system likes to tell us that we have a fair shot by giving us a speedy trial and all that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
In actuality, we know that they know each other. The judges know the lawyers, know the prosecutors, know the defense attorneys, know the bailiffs. Like it's all laid out, right?
All right.
So really, the trial, if it's black person, Hispanic person, Native American person, minority in general,
Right.
against a matter of them being guilty of doing something to another,
Right.
the whole trial is just a procession to set up the public to get them comfortable for the lynching that's about to take place.
Exactly. Yeah, we hit you with the woo wah.
Yeah, with the law, they say, oh yeah, you ain't go 200 years, you go 5,000, you go triple stat, remember, and then you're just gone forever. There's really no speedy trial. What I was gonna say is that, as you said, they're going back to medieval times. When you look at it, because I'm like knocking out with this, I like to watch that medieval stuff. They always back then had a big thing about bringing the accused in front of everybody in the town and just saying, yeah, this person did this. How do you feel about this? And then they say yay, and then some say nay.
All right.
But it's always the leader of the town that's on the side already. Like they already know how they feel. They already know how this is going to go. It's a matter of somebody having to break in to like save the day on some crazy Bandolero type stuff, Wild Wild West type stuff,
Right.
to get the accused out of the thing, which we're not doing that anymore because we have all these laws and all the protection
Right.
for this person that they want to lynch so that.
Right. And that is a very excellent point. And the brother, he yeah, that's good that you threw that out there. Tookie actually did it. Everybody know about the great Tookie Williams. That's yeah, yeah, the super gangster, super thug. All right, but imagine if he knew better and you know he came to the truth. You know what I'm saying? That imagine brothers like that. You know what I'm saying? Being in this truth. The reason why they think that they could just go around and hang us and all this police brutality things are going on. Like for example, let me see if I'll be able to pull it. No, hold on, let me see. I'll pull up my phone. Cause recently it was a sister. Hold on. I know I just reposted it. It was a sister. She, uh, yeah, there we go. Tierra Young. Tierra Young. She was doing a DoorDash delivery, right? Our people being confused, being that the Lord ain't the author of confusion, the devils take that confusion that's like take some of it being confused or a lot of it being confused, and they just count that towards our entire nation. The way they see it, if we confused, we far from the Most High, we don't got this protection. Now they think it's okay to do what they did to Tierra Young, right? Let me see. I can pull up, get a video ready for it. Y'all not believe what happened to this sister. If y'all, man, if y'all seen this video, y'all be hot. Let me see. I can pull it up for y'all real quick. You know what I'm saying? If anybody got any question why I try to get this up, go ahead and ask it, and I answer it. If I could check the chat for me, Bob Shot, make sure young man Shaq if he answer a question while I'm pulling this up.
What was supposed to be a normal traffic stop?
Hold on. Slow your roll, slow your roll. Hold on. Hold on. Did he have any questions? You was about to say something?
Uh,
Yeah, okay, there we go. That's the right one. That's the right one. I'm gonna show y'all a video of the sister talking about it. Then I'm gonna show y'all the actual video of it happening if they permit me to. All right. This is what happens when we don't arm ourselves spiritually. All right. Let me see. I can pull it up, make a big screen. Ah, wait, I forgot to share screen. See that, man? That's how you know I'm getting old. Y'all don't know how to work the technologies and stuff like that. Hold on, real quick. Hold on. Let me get it. Dang it, let me get it. Come on now, let me get it. All right. I'm finna this video I'm pulling up right here.
What was supposed to be a normal
Y'all hear that? She said, well, it's supposed to be a normal traffic stop. Hold on,
traffic
y'all.
stop resulted in Tierra Young being kneed in the eye and having her braids ripped out of her hair. But according to JSO, their officers acted within policy. Let's get into it. So Tierra Young is a 34-year-old Orange Park woman who was simply trying to finish a DoorDash delivery when she was pulled over by Jacksonville Sheriff's Office officer B.M. Magyar for a taillight that was supposedly not illuminated. What followed was a brutal beating captured on cell phone video by Tierra Young, and it shows an officer escalating a normal traffic stop into an excuse to beat her. When the JSO officer asked her to get out the car, she asked why. And what followed was an encounter that resulted in the officer kneeing her in the eye and tearing her braids out of her hair. And after she was brutalized, she was the one charged with resisting an officer without violence. Now, despite the violent confrontation being captured on video, JSO's Internal Affairs Unit reviewed the incident and determined that the arrest and circumstances were within policy. And according to News4Jax, the arrest report claims Tierra Young rolled her window down only an inch, refused to provide her license immediately, and didn't follow commands to put her hands behind her back. But the video footage tells the real story. Another example of police escalating a minor traffic stop into a horrific situation. Tierra Young's sister posted the cell phone footage online, and the family has now hired civil rights attorney Ben Crump to represent them. Meanwhile, JSO has so far refused to release body-worn camera footage, saying only that it will be made available in the future, but they've given no concrete timeline.
Y'all seen the pictures, right? And I seen the video. I've seen the video. She let the window down more than 1 inch. Now, legally, you are able to who was that? Most time Christ, I got Shalom, y'all about to I got checking in. True. I see you checking in Greenville. All right, most time Christ. But you see what I'm saying though? Like I seen the video. She let her window down roughly 2 inches. Like the lid, like it's like they try to give a specific number at times to kind of justify it. But if you don't feel safe, you have every right to let your window down to where they can hear you and you can pass their license off through the window. When he pulled her over, he already had the intentions of harming her. Why? Because naturally they all see us as people that move far away from the Most High. So we ain't got that protection. All they know we a bunch of confused cattle. We're no different than like hunting sheep. We ain't no different than that. Like little deers that they take domesticate, send into a little control field and just hunt down. That's how they see us. Think about it. She was just door dashing. She could be door dashing for her kids. most high in Christ, she wasn't with him. She was by herself. But that's also part of the problem. She needed a black man with her. Now we all know it would have escalated into a shooting, but that sister would have been able to live. You know what I'm saying? Well, she's still alive, but but she'll be able to live knowing that somebody was there to protect her from getting her eye need in, her hair pulled out. Or worst case scenario, the brother just get arrested for resisting the officer or whatever, yada yada yada. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? It's a way to do it. It's a way to do a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be thinking like, dang, they be trying to rough you up for no reason. You ain't resisting. Why not? Hey, they finna do something to me. Just yell real loud. One thing about them is, if too many people see that, if you do get killed, they can't escape that. You got everybody and they mama that done seen it. Tell people that they don't even know. Yeah, sign up for that jury. Be the reason that they get locked up. Don't just have a recording and just be like, oh man, I can't believe that happened. Y'all better we got enough knowledge nowadays to be able to finesse them with their own system. Now a lot of cases they do game it up every day. But we at least should have enough of the means to be able to do at least that. You know what I'm saying? Or if a lot of people right there, they're not gonna do nothing. You just never know. But all I know is we not armed spiritually, and that's part of the reason. Like she probably like you don't know why she was driving by herself. Cause naturally I see couples doing DoorDash together. But for some reason she was by herself. We got brothers like Trey Reed and other brothers. Everybody that got lynched and everybody that keep getting brutalized, they don't even have a criminal background. They literally don't have a history of violence. If it was up to them, our entire nation would have no firearms. Not only would we be spiritually unarmed, but they want us to be physically unarmed. And before you know it, we could all go extinct in less than 5 years if it was up to them. But how things set up now, if they take away gun laws, they're gonna be taking it away from their own people. And then they gotta worry about their own people try to pull another January 6th incident. You get what I'm saying? So the only reason things are playing in the way they is for our people in specific is because we especially unarmed. The Lord said all of this stuff is gonna happen to us in Deuteronomy the 28th chapter. He said if we was to do the right thing and follow the most high God, we will be above all these people. You know what I'm saying? Now if we didn't, we'll take up on every single curse. Harming each other in the streets, getting killed by our oppressor, our brothers sleeping with our ribs, and sister just flat out just jumping from man to man. I mean, like you as a woman, if you lay with a man, biblically speaking, that man you lay with better be the last man you lay with. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? But the reason why this is going on is because we did not follow the Most High God's laws, statutes, and commandments at first. So now we sitting in the setting in America. We're spiritually unharmed. We lurking through a huge ball of confusion, trying to figure out where is the truth at. The truth is right in everybody's face, right here on 1811 out of DB Todd Junior Boulevard, on top of a barbershop. The truth is right there in your face. We got schools in all 50 states. We got a physical school in Trinidad and Tobago. We got a school in the UK. The truth is everywhere. The truth is readily available. But the reason why people can't find the truth is because they throw that ball of confusion. Kimmy, think about This something that nobody ever just think. Police brutality and lynchings happen to people that are Christian, Muslim, Kemet, Pan Africanist. But why is it that they never in the ISUPK? If you know that we're the only ones that that this ain't happening to, why not be where it's safe at? Clearly, we're spiritually armed over here. Clearly, we're not caught up in that ball of confusion. And if we get even a little bit confused, that where counsel come in. That where the men above you come in. That's where your idol ones and all that come in, right?
Right.
But how we gonna teach our people that? I ain't gonna lie, it's a real easy question. How we gonna teach our people how to determine who got the truth, and how do we teach our people? How do we convince our people where they should be at? I know y'all know that. Y'all gotta at least know the answer to this. Just give me a good hot answer. That's one. Being set apart. The sister said being set apart. Mm-hmm.
It's not like you know, come to life.
I come to the ISUK, yeah. I'm like, y'all both right, but it's one thing that everybody has, but nobody uses that could give them that discernment of who has the truth.
Talking about brotherhood.
Nah, it's so simple. It throw y'all off because everybody has this, but never use it. But that is a good one though. A lot of people have a sense of brotherhood, but nobody uses that. A lot of people have a sense of sisterhood, but don't use it either. It is true, but it's something that everybody has that nobody uses at all. You want to take a guess? The Bible. A Bible. Everybody has a Bible, but nobody uses it. Think about it. There are people right now claiming Pan Africanism, Kemet, the Egyptian stuff, all that. They claiming all of this stuff, Muslim, but they have a 1611 King James Bible sitting in their house that has not been opened, not even once. So how can they make that discernment if they haven't opened the Bible? Our job is convince them to open that Bible, read it from front to back like it's a regular book, had it, and then we'll have them watch some of our classes or had them even walk by a camp and see how we conduct ourselves. Hey, shoot, we could even spend a whole weekend together. This regular day. And from there, they'll be able to make the discernment of who has the truth. Because when you come around us, we could cast lots. You know, they say shooting dice. You know, nowadays we cast lots. I could win a lot of money. I could be turned tired in the mud. I've been up all night, brother been drinking, we all been cool. And I just go to sleep, my money left on the floor. I could win 300 and let's say $305. I could wake up to $305. $5 wouldn't even be missing. Not even 5 cents. Because ain't nobody gonna steal it. We don't believe in stealing. You know what I'm saying? I could go around a brother's rib with no intent to flirt with her or try to sleep with her. I could leave my rib around brother in the stew and know that they're not finna try no crazy stuff.
Right.
We could go to events. Our kids could run around unattended with us because we have Shamar and everybody around us. And guess what? They come back home safe. Right? It's so many things. We have sisters that could make bread out of nothing. Literally, I seen it. Unleavened bread, brother. Unleavened bread. Even bread that rise. They make bread out of nothing. You know what I'm saying? Brothers make clothes, garments. We got all type of medics. We even got a rocket scientist in the school. We got all the, but and guess what? We all have all these different backgrounds, but guess what? We bring it to the Lord and we use that for our people. And we never misuse any of our brothers or sisters. Never. That's how they would be able to see. They'll see we spiritually on. They'll see we could go to camp. Nothing's gonna happen to us. We're all gonna make it back home. They could see everybody else try to go to camp, and you start hearing about gunshots getting let off. So somebody done somebody done blitzed through their entire camp. Somebody, you know what I'm saying? What you don't hear about the school of UPK getting shot up, but you hear about a Muslim mosque getting shot up. You can hear about a Christian church getting shot up. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard to see where you need to be at. You get what I'm saying? It ain't hard to teach your people where they need to be. You know what I'm saying? All right, I got a little too long winded. My bad, y'all. The boss one did it again. The boss one did it again. So lucky. All right. Now, I done deviated all the way from my topic because I was really finna just break down the whole Jim Crow and the civil rights thing, right? Right. Let me see. All right, this is from an article from a brother, you know what I'm saying, that is well studied in like the Jim Crow laws and all that, right? Now, and I quote, this is gonna be a hard story to hear, but it's necessary. We have to tell the stories of those who lived and died in injustice. And what happened to them cannot be lost and should not be lost as shame and kept quiet because it makes something feel uncomfortable, right? By the something that feels uncomfortable, it's more so the devils. They're the something. The only people that feel uncomfortable about things they did are devils. It's almost like they live their life in post nut clarity. You know what I'm saying? They'll do it out of their lust, and when they done, they get disgusted with themselves. Just to go back and do even worse. You know what I'm saying? So they're the something, right? That's made to feel uncomfortable, right? These are stories of real people who lived and died in a real time when the rule of law abandoned black people. This story is full of pain and abuse and brutality and suffering. It is horrific. I'm being honest with you, but it's an important story that must be told. This story gives dignity. It's a like you. This story gives dignity to the black people that Jim stole everything from. And once that particular host of honor would be at the lynching capital of the country that is Mississippi, where young brother Nolan Wills lost his life, where Tasia Fortune also lost her life, and where Trey Reed also lost his life. Right? Okay. It was characteristics of a society on average 2 to 3 black people in the year after the Civil War in Mississippi was lynched. But so they say. We all know it's more. Right? There are no real numbers against how many people died between emancipation in the year 1890. Entire black families were wiped away during this period. As if they never existed, right? Now, what the brother is saying is there was a time that our people were being lynched so much they was actually targeting entire black households. Think about how many bloodlines done went extinct behind these devils. They got the daddy, the mama, the kids, everybody. Think about it. Name a time we did that to them. Wait, what you said? You can't. Can you? You can't. I would ask her, but she just got here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But seriously though, give it about like 20 years. She'll be able to see so many lives lost behind these devils. I'm sad that she got to see that. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna see news reports and social media reports about it. Right? All right. Now, They were here one day and the next. By 1962, at least 538 black people in Winston, Mississippi alone was well, they had the highest number in the United States, and even though Georgia and Texas were rivals, Mississippi was the worst, and it was the most embarrassing state of those in Congress who opposed passing federal hanging legislation in Mississippi. All right, so basically they just made laws against like lynching and hanging people, right? Yada yada yada. Let me skip down. Let me skip down. Let me skip down. Okay, boom. There we go. All right, right. So the most of the victims taken from police custody. Oh wait, hold on. Let me go up. Let me go up. I just skipped it. All right. So the Mississippi was led first in all categories. First in the most multiples. So these multiple lynchings, like they like hanging groups at a time, right? They were the first in that. The most per capita, the most female victims, the most victims taken from police custody, the most without a conviction of the leader's most public support from 1882 to 1945, Mississippi, 4,288 triple, quadruple, and three in as some of the most brutal forms that were executed about without being dealt with, right? So think about that. That was only Mississippi being reported. They said they were being led. But think about this is the time where cameras wasn't even really a thing. And this is everything that was reported without a camera. So imagine how many people were lost in Florida, Tennessee, where we at, where the KKK started, might I add, Georgia, all these different places. Imagine it everywhere, all up through America. It's a very high number. Everything that they said that was on the Mississippi led in, think about that, but for the whole thing. You can't really name times where brothers went back and just started killing a bunch of white women. You can't name a time nigga just went and just said, "Oh, I'm finna be Jack the Ripper today." No, but you can name a lot of times what devils did. You can. Right now, as I live and breathe, and I have my first child, I'm worried about my worst fear ever coming to life. My daughter dating a devil, because I know it's gonna come a time he's gonna be mad that she's black and beautiful, and he's gonna take her life for that very reason. That's why I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure she stays strong in this truth and that she just surrounded by her own people. You get what I'm saying? And I would want that for everybody else. And brother, you was right though about walking in truth. You were right. Now, the reason why this is going, the reason why this had to be said because Trey and Trey Reed was the start of it as far as like recently. Like when Trey Reed passed and he got lynched when he was murdered, everybody started looking our eyes back on Mississippi. Then the reports got real quiet, and then boom, Nolan Wells. Now all eyes back on Mississippi. They tried to quiet that situation, but they did not know that him, being hung, they didn't know that was going to get out of Mississippi. They didn't know we were going to be talking about it in Tennessee, New York, Texas, Cali. They didn't know we were going to be talking about it. They can't silence it now. And that's a good thing that ain't nobody say like just went quiet about it. I'm really still mad that they went quiet about Trey Reed's situation, but the Most High had let it be known because Nolan Will touched a lot of people's hearts. He was pretty known on social media. So it was no way on earth like he was gonna pass away and his name, everything about him just get swept under some Mississippi dirt. That was virtually impossible. You get what I'm saying? That's why you gotta at least give the Most High, a hand for social media because don't let them die. We got digital footprint now. You know what I'm saying? And it's even stronger nowadays. And with the eyes being back on Mississippi before they even attempted to try to acquire Nolan Wells, it just went up even more. And in the midst of that, the following week or like a couple weeks after, Tasia Fortune gets hung in Mississippi. The same one like let's just go based off this. We already know way more, but let's go based off of what was in this report right here that the brother had compiled. Mississippi led in multiple murders, multiple lynchings, the most women. Taser Fortune was a woman. Now, when they say all this, there wasn't no color on it. Why? Because everybody was black. This was during the Jim Crow era, a time where you could get hung for virtually anything. They could just wake up one day and say, "You look better than me. I'm going to kill you today." You know what I'm saying? A white woman. I don't like the way that black girl looks. Her hair is too long and she's not worried about me. I want her to feel my pain, and she's gonna get hung that day. That's how bad Jim Crow was around that time. But with these recent disturbing deaths of Nolan Wills and Taser Fortune, we all understand Jim Crow was never abolished. Jim Crow never left. It just went incognito. But Jim Crow laws are still active, no matter what they tell you. You want me to tell you how I know? For as long as the Most High God law, statute, commandments are real and they have to be followed, well, the same way we in the UPK look at the Bible, the law, statute, commandments, those devils look at that Jim Crow law like that's everything. That's the same way we look at the scriptures in the UPK. That's how they look at that Jim Crow law. There's, I'm telling y'all right now. By the end of this month, I hate that I gotta say this, but it's going to happen. 3, maybe 5 more people are finna go viral for losing their life under the guise of white people. Now it can stop, but we have to learn how to arm ourselves spiritually. Get out of that confusion. And 2, give me Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and verse 10. And 2, brotherhood and sisterhood. That's the bread and butter of what keeps us safe and keeps us strong in this UPK. Nolan Wills, you know what I'm saying? His situation was very sad because he wasn't taught the Bible. You get what I'm saying? The Bible will teach you to love your brother and to separate from your oppressor. Even though Nolan Wells probably was sitting in the same class with these devils, and they had that history class where they teach us that we were in slavery, because that's the same generic pattern. We all done been through it in middle school and high school. Somehow he still thought it was okay to hang around a group of devils and go out to an island on a boat unattended with the same people that he sat in that history class all them years ago and learned that these same people that you're finna go to this island with unattended with used to hang you and kill you for fun. He wasn't taught the Bible. You could teach history, but that's just history. But if he know that that's it and it ain't nothing more for him, what more can you do except for accept it? But if he was taught that the Bible and he taught that this is, yeah, that's your history, but this was your history before that history. And this is how your people used to conduct themselves. And this is how your people used to be. This is who your people hung around. This is who your people didn't hang around. If he was taught that, that brother still be here. But the problem is, he wasn't taught the Bible, the same thing that everybody has in their house, but never use. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and read that. This is something that could have helped him.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, verse 10. For if they fall,
If they what?
if they fall,
It says for if they fall. Now, what does it look like to fall? Man, I ain't talking about like a banana peel or whatever. What does it look like to fall? Go ahead. Fall spiritually. That's a good one. That's a great one. You got one for me?
I was thinking,
Well, this also could work for the literal sense, but that's not specifically what this scripture talking about, though. You know what I'm saying? It says for if they fall, she said that for if they fall spiritually. Do I got us another answer right here in the chat? It says for if they fall. So I throw my examples out there. I go to a school and brothers, you know what I'm saying? You got some brothers that be cool, some brothers that be picking on brothers, you know what I'm saying? They talking bad about me or whatever. I feel bad about myself. And now I don't think I should be around my own people because they just made me feel bad about myself. Maybe I should go around the people who don't make me feel bad about myself, or at least don't show that they do. I'm finna go hang around some devils. I just feel. All right? I just feel. Keep reading.
oh God, the one will lift up his fellow.
The one will lift up his fellow. Now, if a brother was to tell me, man, them niggas chump, they lame. Here, just kick with me, bro. You ain't gotta be like, look. You and me in the same boat. Come on, let's just sit. Look, come on, let's sit together. Let's eat lunch together. Let's kick it. You know what I'm saying? You don't need nobody else. Shoot, we in the same boat. Shoot, we don't need nobody else. I'm like, they're my brothers. But shoot, if they gonna just make you feel bad about yourself, shoot, come around me. You know what I'm saying? I make you feel better. You make me feel better. Hopefully, we could be that light to make everybody else to take on that same spirit. That's how powerful it is. That's how powerful it can be just lifting up your brother, right? You ain't gotta hang around no white people. I'm not just because your people talking bad about you. You ain't gotta hang around them because they don't tell them what they capable of. You don't remember that history class back in middle school? You don't remember what they said that they did to us? You don't remember that? What they used to do to our mamas? How they used to buck break our daddy? How they used to steal our kids and separate them from their families? Nah, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta be around them. Nah, that's suspicious. Just kick it with me. I'm like, shoot, I'm pretty boring. I'm pretty boring. You boring? Come on, let's be bored together, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Oh God. But woe to him.
What? It says, but woe to him. Now, what does woe mean in the Bible? Destruction. But destruction falls upon that brother that ain't got nobody to lift him up. If I ain't got that brother tell me, hey man, yeah, you ain't got to kick nobody. Like if they say they tell you lame, you and they like way you dress, you boring. Come be bored with me. Let's dress like a cool couple of squares together, nigga. Like you know what I'm saying? Let's go mess with the girls that like squares together. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, I mean like shoot, they'll probably come around. They'll get older. They probably just in their little way. They'll get older. They'll probably be squares like us at some point in time. But if you ain't got that, what's gonna happen? It says what?
Woe to him that is alone.
Woe to him that is alone. Destruction is finna come to you that's by yourself. The second you take it upon yourself to make that bold decision to separate from your people just because a few people don't like you. Not saying that what happened to Nolan Williams, but I'm just saying this is how you can avoid that situation. And this is how you can teach your kids to avoid that situation. Because a couple brothers don't like you. I'm like, that don't mean you just not hang around your own people. Because everybody's different in their own unique way. We got brothers that talk proper, but they call it talking white. We got sisters that talk proper, but they call it talking white. Oh, she lame. She he lame. Well, go fit in your crowd then. We all the same people. Just go fit in your crowd. Eventually, they're gonna go through life and they're gonna see. Oh well, I see why it was good to be like them. And before you know it, when y'all get older, or maybe that same year, y'all just cool. But if you don't take that little sense of not wanting to be if you don't take that not wanting to be destroyed serious, you're gonna be destroyed and you're gonna end up like Nolan Wilkes. What is one thing all these mysterious deaths had in common? Every time they were found by themselves. A lot of things can happen to you when you're by yourself. Not only will you get unalived by a group of devils. I'm like Cyrus Belton. He didn't have his homeboys with him. He was by himself. He was by himself when he got found. Page of Fortune. They said she was hanging 3 to 4 days before they found her. It was so bad they couldn't make up if it was 3 or 4, but they know it's roughly around that time. Her kids not seeing a parent like for like 3 to 4 days, and they don't even know she's hanging on some random tree in the back of an abandoned house. It could be that, but it's more than just that. He said so. It's like a brother falling off the wagon because of something traumatic. It could be more than something like that. Like even if a brother falls, like the sister said, spiritually, you fall spiritually. It's better to lean on your brother, pick you back up. If I ain't feeling good today, if I say I pop up on Sunday to do work at the school, if I ain't feeling the best on that Sunday, I know one of these brothers finna come out nowhere and make me laugh. I'm trying not to laugh. I'm like, just start laughing. Cause that brother don't want to see me like that. He see me being destroyed in that very moment. If I'm by myself at the crib and I'm having issues with things going on in my crib, I'm having issues about myself or something, and nobody knows about it. I know I could call on the men above me, and that brother's gonna pick me up. But if I would decide to just take it all onto myself, and I don't know nothing, and I just take it all up on myself, guess what's gonna happen? Woe is gonna be up on me that was found alone. I'm probably gonna hang myself. I probably might even give myself a couple swirlies if I drown myself in the toilet. You know what I'm saying? Like what? You know what I'm saying? Like that's how serious it is to follow these scriptures. Nolan Wells wasn't taught these scriptures. Hazel Fortune wasn't taught these scriptures. She could have just stayed home with a kid. Whatever, like, and I it's a thing that we say like follow your gut. That ain't really your gut. That's really the Most High just putting a sense of awareness on you. Something will most likely befell these same brothers and sisters that lost their lives that same day they told them maybe I should stay in the crib. Maybe I should cancel this. Maybe I shouldn't hang with them. And they should have listened to that. They should at least call somebody that's of the same nation of them, they own people, somebody that's black like them. They should call somebody like, I think I should just go to this like island and I'm like the only black person, like on this boat. You think I should just go? Like if you think I should be the only black person on that boat, you think they look cool? You know what anyone but say, nah, nigga, that's weird, nigga. Why would you do that? Nigga, that's dangerous. You know what I'm saying? That's what we would have told. You know what I'm saying? And that brother would have had his life. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's also good to follow your good. If you know that walking on this trail at night or going jogging at nighttime in Nashville let's say on the west side where the majority just devils and Asian people now. I've been seeing a lot of. If you plan on jogging at nighttime and someone is telling you not to do it, then don't do it. And if you can't trust yourself to pick up that better judgment, call somebody. That's you. Do you think I should do this? I'm like, there's a lot of devils and Asian people around here. Nah, you seen what happened to that boy? You seen what happened to Taste Fortune? Oh, you seen what happened to Sarah Belton with them little Asian people? They on that live. Stay home. In that instant, that brother was there to pick them up. That sister was there to pick them up. Even though, like, cause we got cell phone now, so it makes it easier for us if ain't nobody there with us. It makes it easier for us to lean on brotherhood and sisterhood. Brothers know. I might not call y'all every day, but I be calling y'all at random, and I will sit on the phone with y'all for a good in between 5 minutes to an hour sometimes. I will do that. You know what I'm saying? If I ain't feeling the best today, I'm just gonna call y'all out of nowhere, and then I'm gonna forget why I'm even upset. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord put the spirit on me to lean on my brother and let him pick me up. Don't fall by yourself, brother. And not only that, when you're in your marriage, before y'all were married, y'all were brother and sister. You should be able to and reach out to your real for more than just being real. You should be able to reach out to your real for sisterhood. She should be able to reach out to you for brotherhood. Hey, I ain't feeling the best. You think you could just watch this and with me or something, or talk to me about this, or you wanna just, you know what I'm saying, answer some of my questions I got about the Bible. It could be anything. You just extend that to her. You extend that to him. You know what I'm saying? That's why the scripture's so heavy, right? All right. And then after that, let me get John 13 and 34. You know what I'm saying? Man, my whole class was butchered because y'all did have some good questions at the beginning. I'm like, dang, y'all was hitting me with some pretty good questions now. You know what I'm saying? But we still gonna make sure we teach people how to arm yourselves spiritually, though. And figure out that the Most High God is with you on this situation. This right here is a very confusing thing. If you read the Bible and they tell you a man shouldn't throw on a woman's garment, and you one of them brothers walking around here in the crop top, you are confused. Yeah, you're like they say what they say that in Trinidad, ain't it? Yeah, in Trinidad they say fish. They mean you're homosexual, right? Yeah, most definitely. You got that for me.
Oh God.
Most High in Christ. Go ahead and read it when you got it.
This book of John, chapter 13, verse 34.
Mm-hmm.
A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you.
And what are those words written in? Hold on, brother. Let me confirm that for you. See, one thing about you, look, you can't teach without keeping it on you. Cause hold on now. Let me show y'all a little something. You know what I'm saying? Before the brother continue. If the words were written in red as Christ, if they're not written in red, that's Most High. That's Most High speaking to you. All right. Yeah. Look at that baby.
Small person.
You know what I'm saying? The words are written in red, so this is Christ speaking. All right. All right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh God. That ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another.
All right. So y'all know what that mean, right? That means as a black, Latino, Native Indian man, woman, and child, you are obligated to show that same amount of love that Christ has shown for us. You got to be willing to never lie to that brother and sister. Be real with that brother and sister. Help that brother and sister. Uplift that brother and sister. And even die for that brother and sister. Christ loved us so much, he gave his life up for us. just to make sure we all did the right thing. Whether you want to show that you love your brother, or more importantly, you want to show that you love Christ, what do you have to do? Go ahead.
So if I could, you gotta keep the law, statutes.
You gotta keep the law, statutes, and commandment. And it is a commandment to love your brother and sister. It's right here. Christ said it himself. This is a commandment. What is a commandment in the scriptures? In order. It is an order given to you from the Most High and from Christ. Christ is our King, so of course he's a man above us for sure. You know what I'm saying? If he give us order, that's law. Because we all know who he get his orders from. And that's double law, nigga. That's law. That's law on top of the law. All right. Now I'ma end it on 1 John chapter 4, verse 20. Cause that's my favorite one. I ain't gonna lie. That's my favorite scripture. All right. As a matter of fact, go ahead and get that. Let me make sure I want that though. I can't do it just because that's my favorite scripture. That's wrong. That's wrong. I ain't gonna do it like that. Well, you know what I'm saying? While the brother getting that, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let y'all know these were Jim Crow laws right here. Now, like I said, they went incognito. They never left. If they left, people would stop getting hanged today. People stop getting brutalized by the police. So with that being said, the fact that this still happening means Jim Crow never died. The law never died. All right, I'm gonna read y'all some of these laws from Jim Crow. The flat out, this is what it is, not what they try to dress it up to be. Right. So one, never assert or even insinuate that a white person is lying. That's one. Two, never impute dishonorable intentions to a white person. So even though they have the intent of having dishonorable intentions towards us, we have to be upright and honest to them based on how they want it to be. All right. Three, never suggest that a white person is from an inferior class. And those the first three I read used to get people hung if you even did any of this. All right. And you know that all of them say never. They telling you what you can't do. All right. Four, never lay claim to or overly demonstrate superior knowledge or intelligence. All right. Never curse at a white person. Six, never laugh derivatively at a white person. So don't laugh at them, basically. And never comment upon the appearance of a white female. So everything I read, niggas do that today. They just do it differently, and they don't like it, so they're gonna hang you. But guess what? We are a superior race. We are smarter. They are an inferior race. They are very dangerous people. Their women are ugly. I will make the comment upon the white woman. Yes, I will. I will say it how I call it. I am not attracted to any of them. It's virtually impossible, all right? We're gonna do it because we're in the truth. We're spiritually armed and we know what's what. They can't catch us off guard. If I was to tell a bank that I'm finna rob them, I call them and say I'm finna rob you. What you think is good? What you think I'm gonna see when I get there to rob them? Resistance. So the only way for them to get you is for you to let them lure you. in. If you already just have the whole outlook of these are dangerous people, don't trust none of them, don't get close to them, don't get lured over here, don't meet up with them on Facebook Marketplace, you will live. But the second you don't, you're going to die. You're gonna either die or you're gonna get kneed in the eye and you're gonna get your hair pulled out like Tierra Young. Or you're gonna end up on a random island, dead, brutally beaten, and they're gonna try to rule your death as a suicide and claim that you beat yourself. I'm not saying that's what they did, but they'll try to pull the suicide note to make sure that those devils don't get charged if they can. Or you're gonna get hung and they're gonna say no foul play, even though they know you can't hang yourself. And for some reason they always beat our people before they hang them. I'm like, we didn't beat ourselves before we hung ourselves. We're in no physical condition to try to put a noose around our neck and use the rest of our energy to lift ourselves up to die. Usually when we hurt, we start looking for some medical attention. Don't nobody look for a noose. Nobody does that. All right? Don't let it be you. Be spiritually armed. So in this class, how do we stay spiritually armed? Open floor. Let's see y'all in class. Go ahead.
Even such commandments and by sayings from the devils.
Not only the devils, but also exactly. And what else?
Further influencing those members of our community that are not doing it already to read the Bible cover to cover and backwards again, so that we can have this in common. Have this be a connecting fire between all of us. Because this is our laws, this is our history book, this is the record of everything that happened to our ancestors prior. So we know what happened here. Hopefully, it can help soften our stiff neckedness.
All right.
Yeah. And by keeping the law, statutes, and commandments.
Yeah, man, you started out with that, but I was hoping I was also hoping you're gonna throw in, make sure you lift your brother up, or make sure you lean on your brother or sister, and make sure that you never be confused. Just flat out call it how you see it. But that as well, all right. All right. Let me see. Make sure I touched on everything. I thought young man Shaq was gonna give a little answer in there. I thought he gonna throw a little something out there. All right. Uh, yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
This is 1 John chapter 4, verse 20. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother,
Mm-hmm.
he is a liar.
He is a liar. If you say you love God, but you treat your brother like nothing, you're a liar. Because you want me to tell you how you a liar? How you gonna love God and then you harm your brother the way he feel like it's okay to be around people that are capable of putting a noose around his neck? If you love God, how do you feel comfortable with loading up a gun and doing a drill with a white gangster on a brother? You first of all, the only reason you feel bad afterwards when you calm down from all that hot headedness is because that's your own brother. But that devil that you just did that drill with, that little gangster devil, he don't feel no remorse. He used you as an excuse to go kill your own. That because you hated your brother. You went and slept with with another man's woman because you hate your brother. You think God love you? If God knows that this brother loved this sister to death, he'll spend his last on her. And you seen that it was okay to go in there, swoop in like the thief in the night, sleep with her, and he calling her while you sleeping with her, and she answers the phone and act like nothing's going on. You think the Lord is with that? No. It's not happening. And all this and the only reason you're doing all this is because you hate your brother. And it says the man say I love God, I hate his brother, and you doing all these crazy things. You're a liar, according to the Bible. Go ahead.
Uh-huh. For he that loveth his brother, with whom he hath seen, how can he love God whom he hath not seen?
It says it says if you can't even love your brother who you see every day, the brother that look like you, the brother that look like me. If you don't show love to them, how can you show love to me? And you don't even see me. You can't physically see me. I'm God. You know what I'm saying? If I get too close, I could probably disrupt the earth. You know what I'm saying? You can't even see me, but you claim you love me. But you can't even love the same people that's supposed to be made in my image. You know what I'm saying? Through history, our people always had a moral compass. Even the worst of us have a moral compass. There's some niggas in the streets that won't unalive you unless he has a legit reason to do it. But they're gonna everybody that literally popped up dead this year never had a criminal background, a violent background, or nothing like that. They will harm you just because they know you're not gonna do nothing to them. Our people don't get down like that. You know, right? But our people still in the wrong and the Lord not with them because you're in the street, you're doing the same thing white people do. You harm your own people. You know what I'm saying? All right. Keep reading.
Oh God. Verse 21. And this commandment have we from him,
Mm-hmm.
that who loveth God,
Mm-hmm.
love also his brother.
Right. If you love God, you gotta stop sleeping with your brother real. You gotta stop stealing from your brother. You gotta stop beating your brother up just because you don't like what color flag he wearing. You gotta stop shooting him because you don't like what color flag he wearing. You gotta stop pulling robberies on your own people. You gotta stop robbing people, nigga. Stop robbing. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stop scamming your people. You gotta stop cracking credit cards on your own people. You gotta stop doing the period anyways. But please don't let it be on people. Just don't do none of that. You know what I'm saying? If you love God, you will show your people that love that you will want. We all wake up out the bed and we see people and we want them to conduct themselves with us like in the most brotherliest fashion, the most sisterliest fashion. We all got that same thing, no matter what background we in. So why we're not doing it? Only one reason. Because you have a devil that's in your ear. Every time you decide to wake up, you start waking up, they put you right back to sleep by, well, I'm like, it is more black on black crime. I'm like, and then they hit you with why we can't all just come together? When every time we come together, our people are the only ones killing each other. And then y'all add on to it. But every time we didn't come together with everybody, we wasn't killing each other at the rate we was. Jim Crow, around Jim Crow era, that made all of us stick together even more. You know what I'm saying? Segregation, bring it back. We did way better when it was black only water fountain. Like the thing that killed me about our people back then, we had black owned schools, like black only schools, black only water fountains, and y'all want to go drink the devil's water, the water fountain. Why you can't just take whatever you can and clean our own water fountain, make our stuff look neat and nice? What's up? Y'all want this because they look clean and nice, and you'll look dirty when all we had to do is clean our own. Y'all just gotta have what they want. And you know why they felt that way? Because you got some devils that was sneaking in. Like, yeah, that's wrong. Yeah, like I want you guys to be treated like us. and then you give niggas hope to start fighting for integration. That's the problem is stop listening to them. I mean, the problem is we listen to them. So how you solve that problem is stop listening to them. My bad. I jumped the gun on that one. You know what I'm saying? That was premature. You know what I'm saying? That was very preemptive. It's like, but yeah. Does anybody have any questions for me? I got brother. I give it like a little 10 minutes. If you got a question, I can answer in another 10 minutes. All right, Most High in Christ. So what are we learn? And what will save our people? Go ahead.
So a lot of people I could leaning on brother and sisterhood,
Mm-hmm.
getting more people in our communities to read the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
So they have lost touches.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping the lost touches
Mm-hmm.
and separating from everybody that's not the tribes of Israel.
Right. Never be confused, brother. I always that's what I'm saying. That's part of being orange spirits. Never be confused. You know what I'm saying? And like what Riley said in Boondocks, I seen gay, so I said gay. It's just that simple. Never be confused. You know what I'm saying? It's literally just that simple. If you see something wrong, it's wrong. If you know what I'm saying, that's it. You use the Bible to let you know what is right and wrong. You know what I'm saying? And make sure you tell people, when anytime anybody say anything about the Old Testament done away with, make sure you go into Matthew where Christ said he came not to destroy the law but to fulfill it. All right. I always hit them with that. I always make sure y'all remind people none of the laws have been done away with. All right. And with that, we got an ISUPK start at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. This is preaching officer Fidi Kabashwan, teaching Monday night's history. Well, that's shalom. You know what I'm saying? Ah, yeah. Most High Christ, the book said unity and following the truth will save our people. Exactly. Exactly, brother. That's exactly. So we there. We out there.